Round here, them guns get the last
Well,
word.
see, I made another video. This was almost a year ago now. I made a video. The title of it is Heihachi's Death is the End, or something like that, right? It's basically quoting a tweet from Harada. At the beginning of Tekken 7, Harada tweeted, the fight between Kazuya and Heihachi is going to end in the death of one of them. Of course, at the time, we didn't know who he was talking about, but now that we see Heihachi is the one who died, it's the end. Now, of course, I haven't seen Tekken 8 story, so I don't know what happens and what occurs, but just knowing what I know about Tekken right now, I think it's time for Heihachi to take a break. Having him in the story would do nothing but hold everyone else back. And I know, like, when I say this about Heihachi, everyone gets upset, but don't think about Heihachi, think about everyone else. You bring Heihachi back, now Kazuya and Jin have to share a spotlight with this guy. You bring Heihachi back, and now you can't have all these other characters in the story because you have to explain how Heihachi came back to life. He has to take over the Mishima Zaibatsu again. We want a Paul and Kazuya rematch. How will we get that if Kazuya is forever fighting Heihachi? It's a sacrifice, you know? Here's my prediction for the story. Jin will fight Kazuya in New York City, and then Kazuya will kill Jin. And then Jin, his spirit, will be sent to that desert world, which is basically the underworld. Jun Kazama is going to try to resurrect Jin. I think Claudio's probably going to try to prevent her because Claudio doesn't want him to be resurrected. Kazuya's probably going to try to prevent her. And then eventually Jin gets resurrected, and then they fight again at the end in the rain. That's what my prediction for the story will be. Kazuya doesn't want to kill Jin. It has been shown so many times. Not wanting to kill someone doesn't mean you won't kill them. That's something else that I try to talk about as well. Jin is the aggressor. Jin is the one who's chasing after Kazuya. Jin is the one who's attacking Kazuya, shooting down his helicopter, chasing him all over the world. Yeah, Kazuya doesn't want to fight, but Jin is forcing his hand. Yeah, I agree with you. Unless Reina is the one who kills Jin, that would be a statement. That would be a statement. If Reina kills Jin, I didn't even think about that. If he kills him, he can't take his devil gene. He needs him alive. Yeah, so that would make more sense that Reina is the one who does it then. The IGN interviewer asked him if he could choose any character in the game, who would he throw off a cliff? He said Jin Kazama. And the reason he gave, he said to push him to the next level. Think about that. Throwing him off a cliff is basically killing the character. Harada would kill Jin to further his progression. We see him fighting in New York City. We see him in like a death-like state in that desert spirit world, and then we see him back alive again. Combine that with what Michael Murray said about him being in partial control of the devil gene. In order to get full control of the devil gene, what do you need? To be pushed to the next level. If you just literally combine everything that they said and you relate it to what we were shown so far, it adds up perfectly. I think Kazuya will try to take Jin's powers in New York, but his friends will bail him out. Yeah, I think that'd be so fire if like Kazuya was doing something like that. Imagine Kazuya like beating Jin into the dirt, and then like people have to save him. Imagine how much like cooler Kazuya would look. It would make sense why he says, "Sorry, mother, I can't save anyone." You remember when he said that? He said that in a tone like he was sad, like he was exhausted, defeated. What if Kazuya just clapped those cheeks and he's out of breath? What is something that a third Mishima can do to make a statement? I am replacing Heihachi and I'm a threat. Do something that Heihachi never could. Kill one of them. And Jin looks like he's the one who's going to die just based off of everything the developers said. He's probably going to get clapped. Mommy Mishima is gonna clap them cheeks. Can watch anime with Moon, bro. Will spoil the whole thing without even knowing. Hey, watch the first episode, tell you what's gonna happen in the next 4 seasons. Lars learned his own fighting style. He basically raised himself. He was unconnected. When he first met Heihachi didn't even know he was this kid. That shows how disconnected Lars is from Heihachi. Reina having his fighting style means she would have been directly trained by Heihachi, and she would know a lot more than everyone else. Someone else said Jin probably will retreat from the Battle of New York. I think that's a good point. Jin will retreat from the Battle of New York, and then Reina will come and kill Jin. Jin will die, be sent to the spirit world. Jun Kazama will reach in and pull him out. Long story, yada, yada, yada. And then at the end of it, Jin and Kazuya will fight in the rain. I don't know what happens there. Here's the thing, bro. The reason why Jin has to lose so much is because he basically is untouchable. He's too powerful. He's too perfect. You need to tear him down a little bit so you can build him back up. Because if I ask all of you, who do you think is going to win? You guys are all going to say Jin. And even if that's what's going to happen at the end of Tekken 8, you still need to like surprise us along the way and like make it interesting along the way. So you need to have Jin lose, and then he finally wins, and it feels worth it. I think both Jin and Kazuya will be dead. That'd be dope. That would be dumb. Well, I don't think a permanent death. They got it coming, bro. Jin's over here blowing up churches, destroying weddings. Kazuya's over here killing random people's dads and stuff. They got it coming, and they had it coming for a very long time. And when is it gonna come? You know? I think it would be dope if they finally get what they deserve. Yeah, they deserve it. When does Eddie, Miguel, Leo, Steve Fox, Nina Williams, Paul Phoenix, when does all of these other characters get their revenge? But saying that a young girl is going to beat a battle-hardened, muscled warrior like Kazuya is stupid. You got to remember what kind of trainer Heihachi is. I know you guys don't consider Tekken Bloodline canon. Harada and Michael Murray said parts of it will be canon. But the part that I want to focus on is how Heihachi trained Jin. When he first trained Jin, what did he say to him? He was like, okay, you're a Mishima, but are you a Mishima? I'm going to fight you right now, and I'm going to try to kill you. If you die, then you're dead. Same thing for Kazuya. Kazuya went through that same brutal training as well. Reina would have been trained by Heihachi going through that brutal training. And keep this in mind, depending on how old she is, would tell us which version Heihachi she was trained by. If Kazuya was already exiled by that time and Heihachi was fully aware of the Devil Gene and he felt like his death was imminent, he would have been pushing Reina that much harder. Bruh, what if we're arguing about her and she has no part in the story? Nah, that's not. She's a Mishima, bro. She's a Mishima. That's all we need to know. She's a Mishima. She's Heihachi's replacement. That's like before Tekken 6, Lars leaking, and you guys saying like, oh, Lars isn't going to be a part of the story. So what if he's a Mishima? Feel like Reina's going to know something like a weakness or an exploit? Yeah. Think about all the training and knowledge and everything Heihachi has. Training, skill, research, data, allies, enemies, everything Heihachi has, I'm assuming that's going to be carried over to her. Bro, what? No. What are you talking about, Hod? You just arrived and you're disagreeing? What are you disagreeing with, bro? I'm guessing you heard the part where I said Reina is going to kill Jin, and that's where you're saying no to. Reina would not. I knew it. I knew it. You showed up at the very end of the discussion. Not the end of the discussion, but you showed up very deep into the discussion, and you missed out all the reasoning and everything that I gave. Kazuya killed her dad. Okay, so what did her dad want out of the world? What was her dad's goal? Kazuya killed Heihachi, but what was Heihachi trying to do? He was trying to kill Kazuya and Jin. So if she's going to replace him, wouldn't she continue that legacy of trying to kill Kazuya and Jin? What if she's able to kill Jin but not Kazuya? It's a long story, bro. You showed up very late. I'm going to make a video about it because it's really interesting. I hope you check out the video, and then you could disagree in the comment section of that video. But it's very deep, and that's why I want to dedicate a video to. Hey, I appreciate you guys. You guys inspired me to make a video about this topic.